Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We're documenting the journey of incredible entrepreneurs. I was going to say Sandra Bullock, but
okay, all right. It's my older sister.
Tracy Bullock, SANDLER Training. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing terrific. I'm doing wonderful.
Me too.
All right, explain to us now on camera exactly what SANDLER Training is, and what, and also put a little spice.
A little Tracy spice to it.
A little Tracy spice to it.
All right.
And tell us why is it that Ms. Bullock right here is different from everybody else that is doing training in the world.
Okay, so there's three things I want to tell you. What is SANDLER about?
Yes.
SANDLER's about reinforcement training. So it's not a one and done workshop.
What is reinforcement training?
Think of how long did it take you to ride a bike or learn a sport or if you play a musical instrument, right? Did we learn that overnight?
No, I'm still learning.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a
so
journey.
when you think about learning, especially as adults, we go from awareness to knowledge to skill, but it's not until we start turning it into muscle memory that we actually get it. So if we want to be good, especially as adults, we have to change up the way we've always done things to not only be aware of the audience and how they need to hear us, not just how we want to talk, but we also have to understand how we adjust for each particular situation. Most people will say, oh, you can sell ice to an Eskimo. No, only if the Eskimo wants it. So you have to determine why somebody would buy from you, why somebody wants to buy, and then why they want to buy from you. Okay, so...
And what do you do? What you do?
Yeah, what I do is I train people, both in my own training center here in Tempe, or in-house, to either on sales, management, customer service, helping them develop communication skills. Because once you have good communication skills, you then can sell, you can manage people. How many people have you worked with who absolutely were fabulous at what they did, but they were horrible at being a manager because they didn't know how to manage others who do what they do? Yeah, I know. Name them on your hands.
Yep.
Or you hear managers who were so talented say, I love my job, but I hate managing people. It's because they never have been trained in it.
Can you train somebody to be a salesman? Or are we born with that ability?
I think you can train people to have the right behaviors to be effective salespeople, fabulous salespeople. Can I train them to like going out and talking to strangers and getting rejected? No. But can I teach them to turn a presentation where it's all very scripted into a conversation where everybody feels comfortable? That's the golden ticket right there.
It's what we understand as a sales individual, as a salesperson, is that concept changing in that it's more about dispensing knowledge. If I'm going to offer something to you, I am going to offer the knowledge that I have that may benefit you.
Yes.
And I'm going to try to make you see it that way, rather than me going, Sunday.
But wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more. You know, that type of thing, right? I mean.
So what you're talking about is going from features to benefits and advantages, right? Now I'm going to take it one step further and say, what would happen if you didn't have those features and benefits or advantages? What would happen? Would you not be able to run your business? Are you not closing enough sales? Are you spending too much time in ineffective meetings? Are your customer service people losing customers for you because your salespeople, your management, everybody's bringing them in and they have a horrible experience on the phone? It's because we need to identify what's in it for the person we're talking to. Not just what do we have, but what's in it for them. So you have to be persuasive, but you really have to understand why they want to buy, because they only buy for their reasons, not because we're great at what we do.
Tracy Bullock, SANDLER Training. So are we not empowering us, and I say as we as say business owners, are we not, or are we failing to empower the customer service representative with the ability to make decisions on the spot and solve whatever issue that the client may have at that moment?
This is a hot topic of mine, so thanks for bringing it up. We didn't even prep this.
Oh, we did.
Oh, sorry. We prepped this forever, for hours and hours. Sorry. Customer service is other than mid-management, it
Yes.
is the biggest underserved market there is. And you know why? Because they turn fastest, they're lowest paid. And what I hear from people is, what if I train people and they leave?
Really?
And then I say, well, what if you don't train them and they stay? They're representing your business.
Sure.
So what we typically train customer service people do is follow a script.
So we're providing lip service and say, oh, we are number one in customer service, but that's just...
Meaning they probably have the number one most response time for picking up the phone.
Right. They have all these people that are working in this boilerplate room just picking up the phone going, how can I help you?
So dealing with difficult customers, understanding why people are calling you. They want you to take responsibility for
Got
them.
it.
When they call, they don't want to say, if you have a problem, press 1. If you have another one, press 8. There's nothing more frustrating than that. Nothing. But you can't get past it, and
Right.
more of our business is going to inside sales and customer service. So now we need to adjust our thinking. Because if 85-90% of people are shopping the internet before they come in to talk to you, what if they pick up the phone and call a customer service rep and never get to your salesperson? How can those people help you build your business?
So now you have to, you're changing the paradigm, because the customer service, what you're saying is the customer service might be either the first person that company speaks to or the last person they're going to hear from. In other words, that customer service rep, if you will, can give the caller that experience that would be unforgettable. I called because I was mad, I'm going to go and fight. And the customer service was able, oh, I'm sorry about that experience. Here's your money back, or here is what I can do for you. How about?
Or let me get more details. So I'm not just pushing you off to somebody. I can prep them on what your issues are, so you don't have to repeat yourself 15 times.
Empowerment.
Yes.
Empowerment.
But
empowerment.
it takes learning. They can't read a script to do that, right?
And why are companies not doing more of this? Is it expensive to train?
It is expensive to train, and it's expensive to train.
And the
well,
turnover is very high.
And the turnover is very high. So think of there's a couple of professions that have high turnover, right? You think of maintenance, you think of customer service. When I talk about engineering, I'm talking about people who work on cars and trucks and stuff. So fleet things. Those folks leave a lot, but guess what? They're, as you said, the first person, the last person to see your customer.
Correct.
How valuable is your customer?
Got it. Got it. What else does SANDLER training do?
Management. Now, sales is what they're known for, right? Small to medium size business sales. All the way up to medium, there's this new term I learned this week, medium enterprise. I think when we were talking on the phone, I'm like, okay, 30 years of P&G, I had to learn, what's a big company again here? Right? Oh.
Just going down as medium enterprise.
Yeah, okay, what? Because not a billion-dollar business. But small to medium-sized businesses, Sandler's been ranked #1 in sales training for, I want to say, 15 years in a row by Entrepreneur Magazine. So really well known there. But because I have that experience in Procter & Gamble, training for my own teams for 30 years and globally, training country managers, etc. When I tell you I'm looking at their curriculum on management and I'm thinking, it's pretty good. That's another piece that's just missing. If you can't train a manager, how are you going to hold people accountable for the skills they use?
In a world where technology is increasingly dominating all the routine or systemic aspects of customer service. Press 1, press 2, press 3, or that is frustrating. Where do you see, with all this changing technology, with the advent of technology, where do you see the role of customer service? Let's talk about that specifically. The role of customer service in the future. Is that going to disappear? Or is that going to become actually the main part of the business?
I would tell you, I think it's going to be more and more important because people, it's no longer a, what we used to call in consumer products, right, a brick and mortar type situation,
Correct.
right? Now it might be a brick and click where you shop online and pick it up at the store, or it might just be an internet sale. So if you think about it, customer service is really internal customer service and external customer service. How do we delight our customers when they pick up the phone to talk to us because they can do all their shopping online, or they've made a choice to engage with us for a reason. But how do I get the people who work for me to stay with me? I don't want to waste all my money training them, getting them up to speed, and having them leave for 10 cents more an hour somewhere else. So how do I delight my internal customer too? And that's where management comes in, and that's why you have to have a culture in your company to develop it. You want your folks to know you for who you are. Your website says it, your publications say it, hopefully, right? And then, but don't you want that same voice to be heard when your customer service people pick up, when your sales guy calls them, when the management people are modeling that throughout the organization?
You can say anything you want about, let's say, GoDaddy, for instance, but every time that I call to get help on my emails not working or something like that, I wound up spending like $40. I don't know what they did me, but I wound up spending money for renew this product here, renew this thing over there. I'm like, wait a minute, I just called to get help on my email. But they turned it around in such a way that every person that picks up the phone is a salesperson. It's pretty genius.
It is. It's ingenious. It's a little irritating because every time you call, you end up spending money, right? But they have empowered and trained people to know how to identify what the problem is, what the possible solutions might be, and if they need to escalate it or if they can handle it themselves, right? Those are the three things. What are the, I hate using the word pain because it's overused. People say, so what are your pains? I'm like, my back hurts, these shoes are kind of hurting my feet, right? It's like, stop that. It's like the word transparency. I'm going to stab myself in the throat right here one more time.
I know. But we're not going to do that today.
Good.
We're just going to say thank you. I mean, you're just phenomenal.
Thank you.
Because it gives us a great insight as to what the future is going to look like, and you told us a little bit about what we're experiencing nowadays as well. So, appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks so much for the opportunity. How
phenomenal.
much fun. Thank you.
You are fun. With that, we're out.